This week on the No More Late Fees podcast, Jackie and I are covering the 2001 movie Monsters, Inc. with special guest Nick. Before our episode drops later this week, we wanted to give our audience a chance to get to know Nick with some fun games. Welcome, Nick.
Welcome.
Hey, hi, everybody.
And just to give some background, Nick is Jackie's childhood BFF. She absolutely loves him. I absolutely love him.
What's not to love?
Honestly.
Oh, shucks.
So yes, Nick's older sister Liz and I met in kindergarten, but really we were kind of forced to be friends because our moms hit it off and became best friends. And so then when it was time to enroll Nick and my younger sister Heather, who's on the Billy Madison episode, in preschool, they enrolled them in the same class in preschool. So we literally grew up together. I have known Nick almost my entire life, and our families were really, really close, vacationed together, spent summers at Nick and Liz's house. So they're our family that we have chosen.
Yes, I literally have no memories of my life without Jackie and Heather and Johnny in my. I don't remember a time in my life when they weren't in my life. So
yes,
yeah, go way back. We go way,
we go way back.
Way back.
Nick and Liz are the only two friends that I actually say, okay, you can call the best friend, and I have no problems, no problems. No, I'm gonna cut this bitch with a knife. No problems whatsoever. I totally respect their friendship.
I do try to say like Danielle's my best friend. Nick and Liz are my oldest friends to like differentiate the two, because Nick and Liz are really more family than they are friends. Anyway, so that's the history of us. Camping every year. We would spend like literally weeks, go to Reno every summer. So yeah, we were just one big happy blended family.
And now that you're all grown up, Nick is a father, which we love, especially for this movie, and also a Disney Pixar lover. So it fits, it works.
Yes, one of the strangest things about being a father is like I started having very serious opinions about children's media. Like I didn't expect that, but I was like, oh, I got thoughts. I got opinions. My family knows about them, and soon y'all know about them too.
I think the journey of this podcast has been really fun because, and I've said this before, but a few of Jackie's friends, because I've been doing the social, will message and have different discussions about different movies or episodes. And that's been really nice. A good tie-in, and Nick and I have a lot of good conversations in Instagram DMs, and sometimes I tell Jackie, I'm like, I don't know what Nick's talking about, something about ska, and I was like, oh yes, I'm getting a good education on ska right now, so I'm very excited about that.
It's hard to turn it off. I love children's movies. I love ska music. It's fun. It's fun. The two go hand in hand quite a lot.
And by profession, Nick is a communications professor. And so I think it's going to be a lot of fun for your like viewpoint on some things where you can kind of bring in your expertise as well.
You know, what's funny is I do that a lot in watching movies, like so many movies, like I don't know how many movies the whole plot is driven by people not talking to each other. Like just like if you just talk to it, just listen to each other, but then you don't have a movie and then it's not fun. This isn't one of them though. I don't think this is one of them.
No.
But there's so many of those.
The funny thing about that is that you think communication, if you're a good communicator, and even if you're a good one, you still have things that you could be better at. It happens in real life all the time that we're all having our own storylines and nobody's actually intertwining with each other. It's very interesting.
Yes. And that's why I have a job, because we're all so bad at it.
Well, since we are doing a monster movie light, we're going to do a this or that. Jackie's gonna give you some fun monster questions, and you're just gonna tell us which one you like.
Okay.
TV monsters, Cookie Monster or Animal from the Muppets?
That's all. Man, can I pick both? That's a tough one. Because Animal, like I love Animal just because he's a drummer. And he's modeled after what's his name? Buddy Rich, like the jazz drummer.
Yeah.
Who is also like the dude is like I just love watching old videos of Buddy. But Animal doesn't have a whole lot of personality. He's kind of like a one-trick pony. So I think I gotta go Cookie Monster. But only because Cookie Monster's he's a little more dynamic.
I think Cookie Monster taught me at a very early age, it's okay to like snacks. And it's okay
Right?
to demand
Yeah.
them when people haven't given them to you quickly enough. Cookie!
Yes. Yeah, but like recently Cookie Monster's kind of like been fleshed out as a character, and I'm here for it. He cooks food. He's part of the Monster Foodies. He's kind of fun. I'm into Cookie Monster. I like Cookie Monster a lot.
Okay, Jack.
I told you serious opinions about children's media.
I love
Who
this
knew?
so much. Monster bugs, Starship Troopers or Eight-Legged Freaks?
I think I just got to go Starship Troopers. Only because like I remember seeing Eight-Legged Freaks and I don't remember it. I remember watching it and I don't remember anything about it. But I remember Starship Troopers a lot. I read the book, I watched the movies, and the movie is terrible, but I watched it anyway.
There's a book.
Oh yeah. I think I got it on my shelf. You can't see my bookshelf.
I just see Sully. I see Sully and Mike.
It's behind Sully. Sully's blocking the bookshelf. Yeah, it's a pretty good book. The movie is awful, but I really liked it anyway. Mostly, I think because I like Denise Richards. I don't know. Like
Fair.
I'm getting like flashbacks of like 2000 year 2000 Nick, all about Denise Richards. So he's all about Starship Troopers.
What's the next
gotta
one,
go.
Jack?
Yeah.
Monsters teaming up, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen or Hellboy?
I mean, it's hard to go against Sean Connery because he's just such a delight.
But Ron Perlman is Hellboy.
So good though. Like that character
Okay.
is so good. It's so good. So I gotta go Hellboy. Gotta go Hellboy on that one.
I support that decision.
I feel like you leaned him more towards that decision.
Sorry.
You're
I was
supposed
like,
to
come
be
on,
impartial.
Come with me and you'll see. Monster Face Off, Alien versus Predator or Godzilla versus Kong?
I think I gotta go Godzilla and Kong on this one, only for like the legacy value. Like both of those characters have so much rich history. Alien and Predator they're just cool, but they just don't have I don't know. They got that legacy thing going.
I couldn't watch Alien versus Predator because all I wanted to do is give Alien a napkin. Why you got so much snot? What's with all the mucus?
It's acid.
Gross.
And lastly, natural monsters, Anaconda or Lake Placid?
Ooh, Anaconda. Gotta go Anaconda. I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's freaky. Just I don't know. Just like jungles and rivers, Anaconda. It's just everything about Anaconda 5 is just freaky. Anaconda.
Agree.
Yeah.
Well, since we are all Disney freaks, I'm probably at the lower bottom of the scale, but we are going to rank Pixar films that came out from the year 95 to 2005. So Jackie, why don't you tell us which movies we're going to rank?
Yes. So the movies are Toy Story, A Bug's Life, Toy Story 2, Monsters, Inc., and The Incredibles.
So we have to rank them, 1 being the best, 5 being the lowest.
Correct. We're going to start at 5 and go to 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I mostly did this because Nick and I both really love a list.
I love a list. I will make lists of anything.
I mean, if I can rank it, I am 100% there. So who wants to go first?
Are we all
Should we
just
do
gonna
like
say our 5s?
Yeah, should we do our 5s and then our 4s, then our 3s?
I think so.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Okay. So number 5, Nick.
So I think it's important to just preface this.
Here comes
Whenever-
the analytics.
No, just okay, just really quick. Preface this with the fact that like whenever you're gonna rank Pixar movies, you're ranking them on a scale from like great to like excellent. Like they
Correct.
don't get, there's only like 2 Pixar movies that are like objectively bad and 20 that are just wonderful. So like of the 5, this is number 5, but please don't hear what I'm not saying. This is not a bad movie, okay? But it's Bug's Life. It's got to be Bug's Life. Number 5 is Bug's Life. And again, I like Bug's Life. I enjoy Bug's Life. It's a good movie. But of these 5, it's number 5.
Yeah, same for me. I don't have any explanation. It just isn't as good as the other ones.
Mine is Monsters, Inc.
And it starts. Okay.
Nick's leaving.
What are we doing here? What are we even doing here?
Welcome to the wonder wall that is Jackie. My Jesus. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, number 4. We're gonna take a breath and we're gonna go to number 4.
I don't want to hear the rest of Jackie's. It doesn't matter. Number 4 for me is Toy Story. Toy Story number 1.
Danielle?
Oh, is Danielle mad at me now?
Yes. Her plan was to come in and just say Toy Story for all 5.
I thought I could do, but then I forgot we had a time period, so I was stuck. I had to use other movies. Okay, so my number 4 is Monsters, Inc.
The Incredibles.
Want to catch these hands?
What?
How?
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. And I gotta sit here and talk to you two for like 2 more hours.
That's how Danielle feels almost every week.
Unbelievable.
My opinions on things. Okay, number 3, Nick.
Oh my God. Number 3 is Monsters Inc. And again, it's not bad. I love Monsters Inc. It's just not as good as the other 2.
Okay. Number 3 for me is The Incredibles.
Toy Story, the first one.
Fair. All right. Let's just get this over with, I guess. Jesus.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Toy Story 2. I honestly think that Toy Story 2 has all of the wonderful like magic and charm of Toy Story 1. Like everything that we love about Toy Story 1, because Toy Story 1 is fantastic. Everything we love about Toy Story 1 is in Toy Story 2, and perhaps a little better. Like it's just a little more whimsical with the addition of the new characters gives it more depth. And it's just, I love Toy Story 1, but I think all the reasons I love Toy Story 1 are also why I love Toy Story 2, but it's just, there's a little more there. And so given the choice between the 2, I got to go Toy Story 2.
I would say my second choice is Toy Story 1. And I will also like to get on my soapbox to say that Toy Story is one of the rare franchise films where each sequel continues to get better than the original.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Number ones.
Right.
As if
I was gonna keep talking about the magic of Toy Story, but it's moving on. It is wonderful. But it's Incredibles. Number 1 is Incredibles, and honestly, like Incredibles is in like my top 20 favorite movies of all time. Like it's number 1 on my Pixar list. And it is in my top movies of all time. The thing about Incredibles is like, and honestly, I think it is my number 1 favorite superhero movie. Like I'll put it up against any MCU, any DC Universe movie. I'll put Incredibles up against those. And the thing about it is that it doesn't have any source material. So it is not bound by anything. It could be anything it wants. And the richness and depth of the family dynamic that's in The Incredibles is I love it. I love it. And just that part, like speaking of parts that like just make you cry every time, that part at the end with Mr. Incredible with the like, I'm not strong enough, I can't lose you again. Like that, Pixar has this thing. There's a, I'm gonna put on my professor hat real quick. Pixar does this great thing where they do masculinity really well. Where they take like a character that is the like toxic man, and then they put him through these tribulations where he becomes like a new man at the end, a man that is more gentle, that like at the beginning, they don't want teams, they don't want friends, they don't want relationships, they want to do it all on their own. But then they go through these trials. Woody is one of them. Lightning McQueen is another, Mr. Incredible is another, and that the story of this man who is going to be this alpha man, but then becomes this man who's like, he is more humble, needs relationships, needs other people, realizes that he's better when he's like with other people. I love it. I love it. I love Mr. Incredible. I love the family of the Incredibles. I love Incredibles 2 because Frozone's character in Incredibles 2 is just like off the charts. Like he's so cool in Incredibles 2.
When is he getting a spinoff? When are we meeting his wife? What's happening here? Because that's all I want to know. I love the Incredibles so much, and it was so hard that we put them up against my Toy Story. I love the Incredibles, but I couldn't choose over the toys.
Did you know?
Yes.
That okay, so Jennifer Tilly voiced Celia in this movie, Monsters Inc. And while she was working on Monsters Inc., her husband worked on The Simpsons with Brad Bird. And she read the screenplay for The Incredibles that he wrote and brought it to Pixar.
Wow.
So Jennifer Tilly is partially responsible for getting the Incredibles made.
And isn't Brad Bird's, I gotta like Google this really quick, but Brad Bird's resume, he's only made like 4 movies and they're all sensational.
Amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
I remember reading that. I was like, how does that happen? Yeah.
He made, if it's anything like Dogma, then he had a really great muse that
yep, serendipity.
Yeah. So just really quick, Brad Bird is Incredibles, Incredibles 2, Ratatouille, and The Iron Giant. Like that's his resume. That's it. I'm like, damn, dude.
Such a good movie.
Such a good movie.
Good.
Yeah.
What's your
Bird.
number one, Jackie?
My number one is Toy Story 2 for all the reasons Nick said. It's Toy Story, but better. We get Jessie, we get Bullseye, we get Stinky Pete, we get Al's Toy Barn. Like it's so good.
Same, Toy Story 2. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Yes.
Love it.
Can't be mad about that choice.
Well, we did it, guys. We ranked our 5 Pixar movies. Thank God we made it out alive.
Seriously, I was going to say sorta did it. Jeez.
If you listeners out there have any hot takes on our lists, or if you want to rank your own Pixar films from 95 to 05, then hit us up on our social. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube at No More Late Fees. And we would love to hear from you. And stay tuned for our Monsters Inc. episode later this week with our bestie, Nick.
And as always, be kind and rewind.